they show you, they even got a map of where they were supposed to come back to.
Yeah.
And they never made it back.
The map of New Guinea.
Yeah. New Guinea is relatively large.
Oh, yeah.
See, here's Australia right here.
Yeah.
Indonesia. I don't know how good this is going to do you, but this part of it. But whatever. Here's those the workers working.
Wow.
Oh, the when they evacuated everything, it was because the soil. It's just like they show you on CSI.
Yeah, yeah. And obviously, I know you were very young at the time in elementary school, but do you have memories of just living here during World War II?
You mean
in the United States,
oh,
just
yeah,
being a
sure.
schoolboy? Like, what was that like? Just, was it like your...
Well, you know what? They had paper drives. They used to collect old newspapers. They used them, I don't know what they made out of them.
Yeah.
But, then they had contests to see who could get the most
pay.
That was done once a month.
Okay.
Then you had food stamps.
Wow.
And you had to have gasoline stamps too, because you couldn't buy.
Yeah.
You could only buy so much gasoline.
Right.
At that time, gasoline was maybe 10 or 15 cents a gallon.
Oh, wow.
Just like today, huh?
Yeah, right. But you noticed a marked difference from your life, say, in the 40s during the war to the 50s after the war, and then obviously the future.
Right.
You did even as a young boy, you felt like, oh, this is wartime. You can feel that.
I could sing every song, the Army, the Navy, the Air Force.
Yeah.
I still remember the words though.
Wow.
Yeah, everybody was very, very. You had victory gardens.
Okay.
Where people would grow their own, fruit and everything like that. Oh, with the war effort. Yeah, like I said, you had to have. You couldn't buy chewing gum.
Really. And was there like adults following it, maybe with the radio at the time or something, like constantly
well,
up
just like
to date?
they have today on television. You know, with the commentators.
Yeah.
And everything. There was about 5 or 6 major commentators then, and you would listen to them.
Yeah.
Well, they naturally in those days they couldn't get you the news as fast. Now they can show you the war while it's going on.
Right.
But
in those days you had to wait.
They couldn't do all that. You saw it maybe, or when you went to the movies. Because there was no TV.
Yeah.
So you'd go to the movies once a week or sometimes twice a week.
Yeah.
And they would have a newsreel. And the
Before the
newsreel was
movie.
15 minutes.
Oh.
And they would show you everything that had gone on for the past week or 10 days.
Yeah. So that's pretty much how you got the news.
Yeah. And mostly on the radio because there was a lot of commentators in those days.
Yeah.
Edward R. Murrow, I don't know, you probably never heard of him.
That's neat. You still remember the name and.
What?
That's neat that you still remember the name and.
Well, yeah, I can remember all of them. In fact, did you ever watch the reruns of the Untouchables?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the one that I'm trying to think of his name. He was a commentator that did the narration.
Of that.
He was one of the big commentators.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so he would report also the news of the war and.
The war and everything.
Yeah.
It was really, everybody banded together.
Yeah.
To get this thing done.
Yeah. And what about when it ended? Was that a good feeling or sad because so many men weren't coming back?
Yeah, but it was a good feeling. I remember one of the VE Day and VJ Day, Victory in Japan and Victory in Europe, were two separate.
Right.
They were only months apart, but
you remember both.
Yeah, I remember. I lived near. You know where Kimball and Lawrence is?
Yeah.
Right. There was a Walgreens drugstore down below, and we used to go with my buddy. We'd climb up on the roof.
Yeah.
And we'd watch all the people dancing up and down and singing, and it was just something else. Everybody was thrilled, that the war was over, and that took care of that. Then even after the war, you had to wait a couple of years till you could buy a car. You couldn't even buy it because they stopped making automobiles.
Yeah.
Everything, they made Jeeps and tanks and,
Right.
you know, and everything for the war effort.
So it took a while for life to return to quote unquote normal.
Right. It took a year or two to get back to normal.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And that's the whole story.
Wow. Well, what a story. I mean, I'm sorry that for them it ended the way it did.
Well, you know, it's
war.
happens.
Yeah.
And then my father, though they used to say that people die of a broken heart. You've heard that.
Yeah.
My father died a week after his 50th birthday. He had a heart attack.
Oh.
My mother had diabetes very badly, so she passed away. She was 57.
Oh. Yeah.
You know? My mother died we were married, my wife has passed away. We were married 50 years.
Oh, wow.
And she passed away, 7 years ago.
Oh.